So this video is going to detail how I made a walnut engagement ring box for the purpose of proposing to my now wife. I actually filmed all this back in May of 2022, but I just never did anything with the footage. My wife was adamant about wearing a vintage ring, so it was something I had to hunt for. And when I finally found the right example, I found it from an antiques dealer, and they sent it in like a really uninspiring and cheesy velvet box with their branding on it. It just wasn't what I wanted to present the ring in, so I made my own box. And I should probably preface this by saying that at the point of filming this, I had only had like a few hours of wood turning experience, so just go easy on me if I'm doing something incorrectly. You're watching me kind of figure it out as I go here. And I know you're not supposed to bandsaw cylinders, but in my experience, if you just take several relief cuts first, it turns out fine. Just don't tell anyone I told you it's okay to do it. Basically, I wanted to turn the spindle into a uniform diameter and then cut it in half to make stock for the top and bottoms of the box. I think I remember doing so to get matching grain, but looking back on the footage, I ended up using the wrong ends of the stock. But the grain somehow matches in the end, so I'm not sure what I did. You'll see. So here I'm swapping out the spur drive thing for jaws, and then I'm not sure if other people do this, but I'm sticking the live center in the center of the impression from the spur drive to get the stock perfectly centered in the jaws before applying the clamping pressure of the jaws. Now I'm swapping the live center for a Jacob's chuck because I'm going to bore out the inside of the bottom of the box with a Forstner bit. I'm pretty sure I initially was shooting for a larger diameter, but once I got going I decided that I wanted a smaller box. This was my way of relieving material so I could work on the bottom end of the box. There might be an easier way to do this, but this worked for me at the time. Now I need to cut like a lip. It's basically a rabbet, but I'm not sure that the term rabbet applies to round objects. Now it's time to work on the top of the box. with that tiny spear point, I was basically making sure both pieces got a precision fit, and now I can hog more material out with the Forstner bit. I actually really missed this workbench. It was the first workbench I made, and it had this little integrated granite slab I could pull out for sanding things perfectly flat. Unfortunately, it broke during a move. I made it out of cheap Doug fir and fencing post beam hardware in place of real joinery. But I still have the granite slab and all the vices for it, so eventually I'll remake it in white oak. This thing is actually a foam, like soft sanding block that just happened to perfectly match the interior diameter of the box. I think I must have used a common size Forstner bit, like an inch or an inch and a quarter. Then here I'm just taking a slice with it, which I'll cut a slot into to firmly hold the ring in place. So here's the finished product. Pretty happy with how it turned out, considering it was a totally last minute thing. I think I made it the day before I left for a trip, during which I proposed. And she did say yes, by the way. Thanks for watching.